Welcome to day 637 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by NFT Tech. They're an investor in DeSoFi. So what's the latest with Twitter and Elon Musk, Brian?
It's not too much, but Twitter did roll out a new feature yesterday afternoon, which allows users to see how many views each of their tweets and replies have received in real time. And I like this. I think that the UI is a little bit messed up. I think some of the things have to be moved over, but it does show how many views your tweet has received. And by a view, it doesn't mean clicking on the tweet. It just means how many times it appeared in the stream in somebody's feed. But it's good information, and you can kind of figure out how many people are actually seeing things. I think it's great to have open data like this. Let people know how many people are seeing what they're writing. I think that's important. It is something that I think NFTz has been doing. We've been doing this. We allow people to see how many times an NFT is viewed. But I think social media in general should adopt this. DeSo, I think every DeSo node should show how many views a post has received. I don't know how server intensive it may be. I'm assuming it can't be that bad if Twitter's doing it on every single tweet. But yeah, I like this, and it's hopefully one of the many positive changes we'll see at Twitter.
Yeah, so I mean, for NFTz, the way we do it is just how many views that NFT is getting on our app. So
Yeah.
it's not showing how many views your NFT is getting on Diamond or DSocial World or any of the other apps. I think it would be cool if there's a way for the core team to come up with some kind of code every node puts on their apps so that it shows blockchain wide how many views your post or your NFT are getting. But I don't know how feasible that is. I'm not a coder, but I do like what Twitter's doing. I think it's important. It's going to be interesting to see if like some of these accounts might have a ton of likes and retweets, but not that many views. And then I guess you can kind of assume that maybe they have a lot of bot activity on their accounts.
Yeah, and just something else I want to point out regarding Twitter and Elon Musk is I joined in on one of Elon's spaces for Tesla yesterday on Twitter, and he talked about how much focus he's paying on Twitter versus on Tesla. And on Tesla, he said that he is actually spending about 10 times as much time. He said that it takes Tesla's 10 times more complicated than Twitter is to run. So it's interesting. Obviously, he has been focusing on Twitter these last couple of weeks, but I think ultimately what he meant is that he's going to probably be spending about a tenth of his brain power and time on Twitter versus on Tesla.
Yeah, I'm sure algorithms for Twitter social media posts are, nothing compared to algorithms for self-driving vehicles.
Right. Yeah, for
So
sure.
anyhow, moving on to the DeSo blockchain, NFTz, our product, our app, has introduced a brand new 3D NFT space. And this is made for our photography section. If you go to nftz.me/3D/space/photos, you can see the space. It's also linked to above this video and DeSo below it on YouTube. And in it, you'll see a bunch of photography NFTs on the wall inside this Coliseum-like building. You also can throw snowballs, and there's also 3D Christmas tree NFTs in the middle of the arena. You can actually win one of those Christmas trees simply by finding the snowman within the arena and pelting it with snowballs.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of gamify NFTs on DeSo. Of course, this is just the early stages of it, but it gets you in the Christmas spirit, and you can have some fun and look at some amazing DeSo photography while you're at it. And speaking of photography and DeSo, what's Michelle doing?
Yeah, so Michelle Lord, photography by Michelle is her account for her photography. Just released another one of her awesome mannequin photos. This one, however, is super unique because is actually paired with audio. So this is an audio slash photography NFT. Just like her original mannequin NFT photos, this one is a beautiful piece of art, but you can also click a play button. And that play button gives Michelle Lord's story. It talks about what inspired her to create this awesome art. And also it talked about her story battling cancer. So really unique NFT. This really showcases what some of these audio NFTs we are allowing people to create on NFTz can do. This is a unique use case, but I think other people might start utilizing it as well. It's kind of nice to get the artist's own voice behind their artwork, explaining their inspiration. I think it might be something that could really catch on in the art world. And of course, this NFT, which was minted yesterday, will end today at 3:20 p.m. Eastern time. Around that time, 3:20 p.m. Eastern time, the live timed auction ends for this photography by Michelle NFT. Currently, the high bid's up to 6 DSO by Zoran. We'll see who wins it. It's really cool, really unique. And, you know, it goes to one of the DSO OGs who has really gone through a lot. So definitely support Michelle Lord if you can.
Yeah, I love the way she mixes photography with the audio capabilities at NFTz. But speaking about NFTs and audio, Goldberry, they've minted their first full album as an NFT on NFTz yesterday, and they have 100 copies available for purchase. If you purchase the NFT, you're going to get the full-size album art and the high-quality WAV files. It's priced at 1 DSO a piece. They are priced at 1 DSO a piece, and so far 10 of them have sold. Mercury is one of the winners of one. Photography by Michelle won one. Artbot, Jody Bossert, Kerning the Truth, NFTz, us, DOZ, and Brian Drever have all purchased one of these NFTs. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Some great music. Of course, a great DSO OG group, Goldberry, is behind it. And it's the first ever album minted on NFTz. So check it out.
Yeah, congratulations to Goldberry. And the Social World has just released a new feature. This is a feature I think a lot of people in the community have been waiting for. It allows you to sort, or not sort, but filter your feed and filter out NFTs or filter out social posts. So if you only want to see NFTs, you can now do that. If you only want to see social posts without the interference of NFTs, I know a lot of people on DSO are like, okay, I'm not really interested in NFTs. I just want to see the social posts. Gets kind of annoying when I have all these NFTs mixed in. You can now do that by filtering out NFTs on the Social World. All you have to do is go to your preferences, go to more, select settings, and then make your choice in the feed options.
Yeah, great new addition for sure. And speaking of the Social World, the Post to Earn winners this week, who were they, Ed?
They were Stargeezer, who won $10. He had a 406 score, quality score, I guess you could call it. He was followed by Chake, Diso Drama, Rantier, Michelle Lord, Elric Ericos, William Laurent, and Web3 Peeps. Congratulations, those were the top 8. But of course, the Social World also awards, I believe it's the top 50, is it?
Yeah, it's 50.
So, I mean, a lot of people win money from this. NFTz is the sponsor, but our sponsorship actually comes to an end at the end of this year. They're still looking for a new sponsor, I believe. I'm not sure if they found one yet, but if you're interested, definitely contact them. You get a lot of benefits. NFTz was very happy with their sponsorship.
Yeah, and speaking of sponsorships, our sponsorship for these videos actually comes to an end on December 31st. So to start the new year, maybe we'll be looking for a new sponsor.
Yeah, for $250,000 a month, you can sponsor our show.
What a deal, right? What a deal, Ed. So Pearl is now available, get this, on the Google Play Store for early access. They currently are inviting many more people off of their waiting list, and you will get an invite code that allows you to download it when you are invited. Also, Pearl users have 3 invites to share with friends to skip the wait list. So if you are a user of Pearl, you can have 3 friends sign up and they don't have to wait.
Yeah, the Pearl app, I think it's really starting to build steam, and I think 2023 is going to be a huge year for them. Nigel's, he posted on DSO that DSO was actually featured in the Milk Road newsletter. I guess that was yesterday or the day before. By featured, it was a sponsorship. They sponsored it. The newsletter actually says this newsletter is brought to you by DSO, but it had some interesting tidbits about DSO. You can definitely check it out. I like the idea that they're advertising in some of these bigger crypto newsletters, but I think that brings some of the crypto community's eyes onto this blockchain, and maybe they start adopting it or building on it.
Yeah, and Circle It has some big news. They shipped a new way for creators to monetize their content. And basically, what it's going to do is it's going to allow creators to diamond gate their post, which is going to allow them to basically say, hey, if you give this many diamonds, or a micro tip, if you want to call it that, you'll get access to this post and my content. So pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we've done with the claim NFTs on NFTz, where you can set it where you need to give 3 diamonds or 2 diamonds in order to claim a free NFT. So it gates that NFT. This is gating of posts where you can't read the post unless you give diamonds. So it's kind of like the whole OnlyFans thing, but without the subscription model with diamonds instead. I think it's something that could catch on within this space.
I'm curious, and I didn't try this out enough to understand, but as far as I'm aware, if you make a post on Circle, it does appear on the DeSo blockchain and can be accessed elsewhere. So if you gate a post on Circle, is it going to be gated somehow on other nodes, or are they working on that? Am I missing something maybe?
I also didn't have time to check it out, but I think it's gated. I don't know if they're putting in extra data or if they're taking that post off chain. I don't know how they do it. Circle it definitely replied to this video and explain exactly how that works. Or make a post with your account, because I think a lot of people will be interested in doing that before they actually dive into it. But I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to try and dive into it this weekend and check it all out.
We should have done that before the show, I guess, huh?
We should have, but there's so much news that we just didn't have time. And Brian, you had to get off to an early start today, so we were rushed a little bit. So as many of you know, NFTz.me is the only place where you can post and view live time DeSo NFT auctions. Just go to NFTz.me/auctions, and you can see a list of all the auctions that are ending soon. I just want to highlight a few that are ending in the next 24 hours. Of course, the photography by Michelle audio/photography NFT ends today at around 3:20 p.m. Eastern time. I don't think it's exactly 3:20, so definitely check out that timer and get your bid in if you're interested. Also, there's a DeSo Ghost NFT number 223 that is actually a collaboration with Rodrigo Eloy Art, and that ends at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And Z and Mead's auctioning off Unicat number 543, and that ends today or this evening at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, I quickly want to get the top NFT bidders on the DeSo blockchain over the last 24 hours. According to NFTz, they are as follows: Crafty Grandma, Dr. Rob, Starry Collars, Spunk Art, Studio Richards, Artbot, Minio, Ban, Baron Rouge, and OTZ Gallery. And the top diamonded creators over the last 24 hours, thanks to our friends at Alton Base for this list. These people received the most diamonds, or you could call them tips, on their posts and replies on the DeSo blockchain last day. Beer Buds, Clout Cox, Skin Lover, Now and Then, Goldberry, Elric Ericos, DeSocial World, Striga, This Day in Music History, and DeSo Girl.
Yeah, and everybody have a great rest of your Friday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on Christmas Eve.